Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be reacting to Arknights EP Dormant Craving. Now I don't really know what this EP is supposed to cover, so I'm going into this very much blind. I got this recommended to me by a community member, and honestly it's been a long time, so I'm looking forward to getting back into the Arknights EP, especially after such a long break. So I hope you enjoy me reacting to more Arknights, more everything, more games, more videos than ever before. And obviously, if you have something you'd like me to check out, whether it's video essays or reviews or music or trailers, then do let me know. Arknights trailers is on my list. Thankfully, the same community member who recommended me this song has made me a playlist, so I will be checking it out eventually. It'll just take some time because I do want to check out more Arknights video essays and other games as well. So if you are interested in watching that, then be sure to subscribe. But if not, then let's enjoy and get to this now. And also before I do start, I will be pausing all throughout the video, and then at the end, I'll be doing one whole playthrough of it without interrupting. So if you just want to see that, then go to the end. But if not, then let's enjoy this and analyze it together. Okay, I think I need subtitles. Okay, let me go back again. Okay, looking at her, it probably has to do with that one event that was praised, right? What was it called? Lone Trail? I think it was that. It's the one with the, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. I don't know how to pronounce her, but I do have her, which is why I remember her. If there's a easier way to pronounce her name, please let me know, because for some reason it's not really clicking in my head. But it's clearly about her. But so far in the music, it's very relaxing. So it's most likely about her mental state, where she is very much knowledgeable from what I understand. I remember from the trailer, she was very knowledgeable of a person and seemed very confident about what she was doing too. Whether it's her knowledge that she was reading in the books, or when she was going up the stairs that one time that what happened in the Lone Trail. I can never remember if it's trial or trail. It's probably Lone Trail. Lone Trail trailers from my understanding, or was it the animation? But either way, it was somewhere in there. So, and if the song is called Dormant Craving, then that means it's about her desires. So again, I kind of wish that they had subtitles in the beginning, because it was kind of difficult for me to understand what she was saying. Although English is my first native language, I grew up with Korean and Japanese, so it's kind of difficult for me to pick up certain words at times, or if they're like saying it with a heavy slur or accent, it's extremely difficult for me to pick up certain words. And it doesn't seem like the YouTube auto subtitles wasn't really doing a very good job either. But it sounded like that it's about, sorry, let me go back again. So it's about her progression, but I can't really understand if she said decorates me with permanent mind, or is it my eyes? It's like something about stars too. It's really difficult to hear, and I'm a little disappointed that they don't have either like subtitles that shows what she's saying or not. I mean, it's a beautiful song so far, very relaxing, very much there's no sense of anxiety. This character is very confident in themselves and very sure of themselves. Whether that's a good thing or bad thing is something I'm not really sure about, but at the very least, there is no sense of danger or anger or any strong emotion. It's very much like they're settled inside, kind of like water, still water. Okay, so we're going to be digging into the lyrics quite a lot here. Again, if you do not enjoy this kind of thing, then skip to the end. But it seems like this particular person is very into ensuring that the path that they go down is not being repeated by history. But it seems like the path that they want to go down in order to not reach the result that history indicates, clearly they're going to be doing something bad to the point that it's considered a high price, which is most likely what Lone Trial is all about, or Lone Trail. Why do I keep saying Lone Trial? What? I find it interesting that she's trying to make sure that history is not repeating itself. And speaking of history not repeating itself, that's something that a lot of people fall into, and even generations end up repeating history because they are either too arrogant or just don't believe that they're susceptible into falling into that kind of trap, as one might say. Wow, did she just say that? So, okay. So, because she's going down this path, and even though she's doing it with the power of knowledge instead of with the power of military, from what I understand, she knows that she's going down a path where she'll probably be seen as the antagonist, which is why she says, maybe I won't see the light of another sunrise, because she's most likely considered an enemy or some kind of outcast or someone who has very troublesome or troubling ideas, or at least in the eyes of society. Whether it's actually true or not is a different story, though. But even though typically most people are usually pretty anxious or unsure or kind of depressed when they're treated like a heretic or an outcast, she doesn't seem to mind it. And I think that's one of her biggest strengths as a character. Not that I have her or know her lore enough, but it feels like she feels comfortable with the idea of being that heretic if it means that the result is what she wanted in the end. That's why she's saying no need to cry, because she's accepting it and going into all of this willingly. So I'm not really sure who the you is. It could be Doctor, or it could be like some other character that she's close with, but it seems like to them, she's willingly putting herself into so much trouble and pain just to get the result that she wants. But clearly she believes that even if, she dies, they'll still finally be able to be on the same side at the end of the tunnel. Red flag? No, death flag? That's one thing, that line where it says that the masses are, let me go to it. I don't want to mess up such a beautiful line. I'll go back. Masses speaking their mind with ballads, which has the messaging that is much stronger and impactful as a ballad compared to being violent and trying to send a message that way. She is right that peaceful protesting, which is what I assume that she's alluding to, can be very powerful. It's just, unfortunately, a lot tends to be violent in nature instead because of the slowness of effectiveness of peaceful protesting, which is quite tragic. It's very interesting that she has the desire to help people speak out, at least based on what we're seeing here in the lyrics. She's very much trying to help people speak out so that they can get what they want in order to repair whatever damage was set, most likely by violence. And right here in this part, staying silent, that's also quite relevant to our world too, where a lot of people end up staying silent because they're not sure how to rebel or protest without having it affect them too much, or they're just worried that it might affect them negatively, like losing a livelihood for their family. Those can all be reasons why people stay silent about something. Obviously, there's other reasons too, but I feel like those are the two major reasons. And her wanting to help them actually not stay silent in order to release what they actually want to say and want in the world feels quite amazing. And the idea that she says here, it's us against the hive mind, clearly shows that she is really the type who doesn't try to go with the flow. She does what she wants because she has a set rules or values inside of her that she does not want to go against, and she doesn't feel like it's worth sacrificing just to be a part of that hive mind. And I think she is trying to gather people who are willing and can protest and whatever it is to reach the end result that she wants, which ended up putting her against the hive mind, being branded as a heretic, as a rebel, as whatever it is. So just like she said, hive mind would rather turn a blind eye. That reinforces the fact that a lot of people stay silent because they don't want to get their lives disturbed by whatever she's planning and by whatever is happening at that time in the event. I'm not really sure what's happening in that event, even with the trailers and PVs that I watched a long time ago, but it's something to realize that this song is actually quite relevant to our own lives, which I find to be very beautiful. And also, have you noticed that the music has been very, very like on beat? Like, it's not like fast. It's Andante, I think that's what it was, where it's like a walking speed. Like, she's clearly not in a hurry. Like, she knows what she's gonna do. She's confident about it. And she's just striding like slowly but surely, knowing that whatever she's doing is gonna be working. Oh my gosh. This song is seriously very much like our own lives right now, but the righteous ones are laid to waste. What am I saying? Not way, but laid to waste. I cannot English today, but they were laid to waste, and she doesn't want that. She wants them to be recognized clearly, and right now, the part that says the present reeks of history is what I find to be most powerful, because a lot of people think that, you know, oh, that happened a long time ago. It's never going to happen now. But when it actually is happening, they just don't want to acknowledge it because it's something that they filed into their heads about it being not relevant to them. Like, how is it possible? This is a different time. This is a different society compared to back then. Like, how can it be the same? But in reality, it's actually happening. And that's why the present is reeking of history, because we will become part of that history. We'll probably become one of those cases where it's like 50 years down the line, oh yeah, that happened. That's a big historical event. But when you're actually living it, it just doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like, oh, we're actually going to be part of history, not the good part of history, but the bad part. See this walking speed, the walking beat. She is literally just chilling. Okay, so here it says, please carry my torch and grow it into the sunrise. So for her, her will, she wants to pass it on until it builds up into this huge burning fire, or in this case, sunrise, because it has to rise to the sun for it to affect everyone. Wow, now it's like even more certain. Maybe there was some level of uncertainty inside of her when she said, maybe I won't see the light of another sunrise. But here, she is resolved. She says, no, I won't see the light of another sunrise. Like, she is about to sacrifice everything and is okay with it. She's determined. That was a really nice song. Okay, so final thoughts before I do one last replay without interrupting the song, obviously, and we could just enjoy it for what it is. But this character has a very complex mind. The reason why I say that is because it feels like all of the action going on is not really like outward, but it's all inside of her mind. So her beliefs, her thoughts, her inner struggles, her desires, her conviction to go down the path that she needs to, even if it might be the worst path ever that one might have to go on in order for history to change, or the present or the future to change. And the fact that she wants to convince people to stand up and, I guess, send their message to whatever it is, either like the world or a governing body. Like, I don't really know what it is exactly, but she has a lot of willpower regarding that. And once she starts that movement, without it just being in her head, she says everything with such conviction and certainty. Like, no. Instead of saying maybe, she says no at the end. she won't see the light of another sunrise. And the whole idea of the torch and putting it into the sunrise, because the sun has to rise and the sun is the biggest burning ball of heat that exists. Maybe not, but at least to them, maybe that's what it was. So for her contribution to this movement or whatever it is that she's doing feels more like something that is above her, beyond her, and she wants to be a part of that, and she's willing to sacrifice everything in order to be part of that. It's a very powerful song, especially with very strong lyrics, especially for a song that actually sounds quite relaxing and like chill, and you don't really like think about something like that when you're like driving or, you know, just looking out the window, listening to some good music. But despite that walking tempo, Andante, I think that's what it was, and just I think it's the synth, right? It just feels very relaxing, and you just feel all calm when you're listening to it because of that walking tempo, but also the lack of instruments overpowering everything. It's the voice and the tempo that really carries and portrays the message very well of what kind of character she is. And she's very much my own pace kind of person, clearly. So anyways, let's actually enjoy the entire song without any interruptions, and then we'll end the video there, okay? See, this is clearly her mind. Such a good song. It just relaxes me so much. What a good song. I like this part the best. That build up right there. The conviction. The resolve. She's letting go. That was a really good song. I think that might be one of my favorites when it comes to relaxing music from Arknights. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite. I really like those slow walking tempo music these days. There's something very calming about the whole walking tempo, which is like dun 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 dun. The walking. Adante, I think that's what it was. I should really look it up. It's been a while since I did music theory of any kind or discuss music, so and I don't really play violin anymore or piano. That was a long time ago. So it's also quite enjoyable to connect with music again in this way. And not fully, since I wasn't like a professional or anything, but just from a casual perspective, it's always beautiful to enjoy music like this and appreciate the work and detail that's put into music like this. Anyways, if you enjoyed listening to this song, of course, support the original video, which you already know the drill. Link is in the description or in the pinned comment, whichever you prefer. But if you already did that and you enjoyed watching this reaction, then make sure to give it a like. Comment down below if you want more and if you have any recommendations yourself, especially for video essays. And it could be like recap videos too, reviews and things like that. I'm pretty much down for anything. It doesn't need to be Arknights either. It could be any game. I believe I'm like checking out a variety of games actually, mostly because I don't have time to play any games and it'll be fun to check out what's actually out there with the amount of games that are out in the world. I would like to learn about their story and lore and aspects of them that people enjoy. And I would like to learn what you guys like too. So that'll be really fun for me to check out. Even if you don't think that I might enjoy it, you might be surprised that I might actually will. So as long as it's something that I could put on YouTube, then it should be fine. But either way, do let me know, comment down below your recommendations. And make sure to subscribe to my channel if you like more of this kind of content from me. In any case, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!